Welcome, my dear students. This is the second lecture in management, the second lecture. And today we will talk about the classical school and the behavioral school and the modern school of management, the three main schools in any textbook. So we will first start with the classical school, then we'll go to the behavioral school and see also about Max Weber. We'll see also about the Chris Argyris, and we'll see all those scientists who added to the managerial science. Let us go and see, let us share the screen and go and see what we have today here. Okay, so as a start itself, the classical approaches to management include scientific management, administrative principles management, and the bureaucratic organization, the bureaucratic organization. Those are the three main figures of the classical management schools. So like here, we put it in a graph, like you can see here, the scientific management, and the father of this management is Frederick Taylor. And he's called the father of the scientific management. They call him the father's Frederick Taylor. They call him the father of the scientific management. Then we had the administrative principles for Henry Fayol, who was an engineer, and he set up 14 principles for the management, as we will see today. Then we will have the bureaucratic organization of Max Weber. He was a social scientist, and he put the bureaucratic model. And bureau and cratic means the power of the desk or the power of the office or the power of the table which you write in or which you make on the decisions. So those are the three schools which we are going to talk about today. Let us start first with the scientific management and Gilbert. They were studying like the motions. They made time and motion study. Something is called time and motion study. And they try by the time, and this was after, directly after the Industrial Revolution in which started in Europe and the United States. And this started after actually the invention of the vapor power. And so what happened in the motion studies, they were trying to eliminate the non-essential moves that the workers do while he's in job. So like workers do two types of movements: essential moves to do the work and non-essential moves, as example yarning or extending his body, stretching, standing and just talking with someone. All those are called non-essential moves or non-essential movements. So they were trying, those scientists, they were trying to eliminate these non-essential movements in the start itself. So they try to eliminate wasted motion. So why did they try to do this? They try to do this actually to shorten the time of production. As example, if it will take to produce 1 unit about 1 minute, then by moving the non-essential movements, then it will be only 50 seconds. But the question is, do you think that the human is a type of like a machine? We will control him to this limit? No, of course. And for this reason, was one of the critic points which was directed to the scientific management, because they treated the human as a machine exactly. So they didn't put into consideration that flesh and blood, and they need the human needs to move, to walk, to relax, this and that. So they were talking actually about the humans as they are a type of machines. So, and this, of course, not like nowadays perspective to the human or the view to the opinions of about the humans working in a workplace. Okay, the practical lessons from scientific management: make results based compensation performance incentives. It's actually, they say, you should link between the production of the worker and his incentives and his bonus and his okay. So the He will produce 1 unit, let it give him $1. 2 units, give him $2. 3 units. Again, we are talking about treating the person or the human as a machine. And this was another directed critic point to the management, the scientific management school. Carefully design job with different work methods. Actually, they did very good things that they are the first ones, the scientific management. Let's talk in general. They were the first one to say about the specification, job specification, and job specialization, that everyone should be specialized on a point only. The second point, which is counted for the scientific management, is that they uh, said that everyone should come to work or be hired. This person should be trained very well, and that they said that the management or the management now is not a spiritual or something of smart people. Management is science and should be taught as science. And this is what Frederick Taylor said. For that reason, he was called, and they called him the father of the scientific management, because he's the first one to say that management is a science. Science. It is not a smart work or experience or art. No, it is based on science. For that reason, anyone who comes to work, hiring people hiring workers should be like correlated with training them, and that the training is a process, continuous process. He said also carefully select workers, train workers. That's what I'm saying. Train supervisors to support the workers. That he said. Then next came Henry Fayol after the appearance of Frederick Taylor, or the father of the scientific management. Henry Fayol actually, he had 14 principles. Okay, he had 14 principles. The first of them is called division of labor. What do we mean by division of labor? Division of labor means is to divide the workers or divide the work on people and assign each one to do a specific job. So now, as example, I'm doing this cup as example. So I'm assigned to only just spray it. Okay, other guys to configure it, other guys to do. So division of labor means that the whole work should be divided on the workers or on the laborers or on the employees, uh, to like cut the work, the main work, into sub objectives and allocate each mission or duty on one of the people. Second thing, he talked about the authority, and he actually talked about the authority and talk about the responsibility. So he said, if you want the people to work, you have to give them authority, and in the same time they will have responsibility. They are a double coincidence, exactly like the coin. It has a face and the other face. So there is one face is the authority, and the other face is the responsibility. So the more you go up, the more the authority will increase. The more you go up in the organizational structure, the authority will increase and the responsibilities also will increase. So authority and responsibility are inseparable. You cannot separate them. Discipline. He said, this is, I'm talking about Henry Fayol, everything should be in order. Everything should be in a good system. Okay. Unity of command means that all the workers should take their orders from only one employer, one boss only at work. This is the meaning of unity of command. One boss, only one boss. Okay. Unity of direction means all of us are moving to serve or to achieve only one objective or one task or one goal. All of us are moving to do this goal. It's called unity of direction. As example, I'm a teacher, okay? So me and the other teachers in the college, all of us are having unity of direction, which is education. All of our directions, all of us, regardless of specialization, accounting, business administration, this, that, all the people at the end are moving towards one task, which is the educating the people. Okay. Subordinates of individual interests. And this is another point also. Uh, the people, I will give a favor to a group of people rather than giving it to only one person. And this is for the public or for the whole people benefit. You don't favor one person in front of a group. No, should should favor the whole group rather than one person. Okay. Remuneration means everyone is working should be remunerated. Means you will give him his incentives, his motives, his pays. So he, based on what his merits and based on his experience and based on his work. So you should remunerate him. Centralization means the power of taking decision. Centralization means the power of taking decisions is in only one hand or is not decentralized between many departments. Only one department, only one person is responsible about the decision making. It's called centralization. Scholar chain means the hierarchy. And hierarchy, it looks exactly like the police system, like the army. Means, as example, we have top management, board of directors, chairman of the board, then goes to the vice president, then from vice presidents it goes to the head departments, from the head departments to the supervisors, from the supervisors into the line workers. This is what's called hierarchy and or scholar chain. Hierarchy or scholar chain. It means that you are going down in the structure or downward or upward from top to bottom or from bottom to top. So this is how it works. It's called hierarchy or scholar chain. It looks exactly like the army, like the system of the church, like the system of the army, like the system of the police. That okay. Still, I'm saying when you go up in the organizational structure, your responsibilities are increasing and your authority as well are increasing. Order, everything should be in order, and that's what he said. Everything should be in order, everything should be organized, everything should be as in its own place as it's supposed to be. People know the system, people know everything. If I'm absent today, the work will not stop, the work will continue because someone will relieve me at this work and the work will be done. Not because I'm absent or I didn't attend that all the work will be stopped. No, this is the order. Equity means like treating all your employees alike. Do not distinct one from other. No discrimination. All are equals. So this is the equity. Do not bias. Do not discriminate those issues. Personal tenure. What is the tenure? Means that you are feeling when you are working that you are long lasting here. You don't feel that you will be threatening, like in any moment they will kick you out. So, this is the meaning of the personal tenure. Initiative means create the initiativity in the people who are working with you, encourage them to say their opinions, let them tell you to express. I might ask you and tell you, hey, this way I can work more better if I stayed here. I think this machine, by this way, if we put this machine like that, then it will increase the productivity. I prefer that this should be, the light should be here, more focus on this, on the, whatever, any new ideas. Because when you encourage the people and just like, even by smiling in their faces and telling them, yes, you are right, or something, you are encouraging them. So they will get their maximum of their best. They will try to do the maximum of their best just for getting out, to get out of them all capacity of the invention, how to invent. Spirit de corps, it means it's a French, actually, because Henry Fayol was a French guy, so it's a French expression. And spirit de corps means one thing. Spirit de corps means the working in the team work, working as a spirit of a group. We all one, all in one. This is the meaning of spirit de corps. We are working a team. We are all love each other. We all like each other. We all respect each other. We all have only one task is our achievements, our goals, to achieve our goals. We are all in one. This is the meaning of spirit decor. This was about Henry Fayol, the second very important person scientist in the classic school of management. Now the time come to the third scientist, which is very important in the classical school, and his name is Max Weber or Max Weber. Actually, he was a social German social scientist, but he led or he put for us some norms as benchmark in the management schools. We get benefits of what he wrote in the managerial schools. So he had a very important model that is called the bureaucracy. What is the bureaucracy? An ideal, intentionally rational, and very efficient form of organization. He based the model on the rules. Some people call the bureaucratic of Max Weber, they call it the red tape. They call it like this, the red tape. Actually, it's based on a very logic principles in order and about the authority. So what did he say in his bureaucratic model that I'm talking about Max Weber? What did he say? His model is based on impersonal, means no persons. I'm not going to the job because I'm writing my name and that's it. If I'm absent, that means everyone is confused. No, the job is not a private of mine. No. Career managers, clear division of labor. And the division of labor is very important. You know what you are doing. You are doing this job. Tomorrow I want to say to you, no, 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 no. Come work in this part. No, 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 no. Come work in this part. No. Every day you are doing the same job, division of labor. And that the labors should be the main task, the core of the division of labor is that the main task is divided into subtasks. And every subtask of them is allocated to a person. So everyone know his job is very specialized. Why? Why shall we be specialized? You can try it at home. If you are printing on the computer, as example, if you are using typing, when you are very specialized, like you type too much, you do the same thing for a long time, then the speed of your hands, your fingers in typing will be faster and faster and faster. So, what is the use of this? You will shorten the time of the production. You will shorten the time of the production. In return, when you shorten the time of the production, you will reduce the costs. Logically, this will increase the profits. So this is why he talk about the division of labor. Everyone should be specialized in a point or in a task or on a part of the task. And that's it. So this will increase his skills in doing this job, will raise his skills, will shorten the time to finish the job, and at the same time, this will increase the company's profit because time is money. Okay. Promotions based on merits. You have 10 persons, two of them are very, very skillful. So Try these people to give them bonuses more, because you know that they are very, very skillful, and you know that they have a good ideas, initiative ideas, this and that. So in that case, okay, formal hierarchy of authority. And we talk also, Henry Fayol talk about the hierarchy, and Frederick Taylor talked before them about the hierarchy. So it's not a new one. They all talk about the hierarchy. The hierarchy, like I told you, it's called a scalar chain, and it means that the order, there is an order, like from top management to middle management to low level management. You cannot exceed these levels. It looks exactly like the army and the police officers and the church, right? Okay, from as example, the top management, the top manager, then the middle line manager, then the low level manager, then the worker. So it means that the worker will not exceed all this and go to the top management directly. No. If he wants to say something, he has to say it to his direct supervisor. And the supervisor will go to the next level, and the next level will go to the next level, and so on. The bureaucracy model depends on the rules and the standard procedures. And this is another point. He depended on the standard procedures. This means everything is written, nothing is hidden, rules are obvious to everyone, nothing is like in the gray area to understand it with double meaning, nothing like this. Everything is clear, rules are there, specifics are there, your duties are, you know all your duties, it's written, you took it in a written paper, you doing it. Responsibilities, your responsibilities, your authorities, your mission, your task, everything is clear, nothing in the gray zone, everything is very clear. uh, Now we can say, is there any disadvantages for the bureaucracy model? If there are any advantages and disadvantages for this model? Of course, when Max Weber invented this model, he thought about the best for humankind and the best for the management and the best for all the people, because he was a scientist, a social scientist. But people, most of them, understood it in a wrong way. So he talked about the clear division of labor. He talked about the clear hierarchy. He talked about formal rules and procedures, everything to be shown up and clear. He talked about the impersonality. It's not my company. I didn't bring it from my home. He talked about the career based on merits. Good people should be rewarded. Very, very initiative people should be rewarded. That's what he said. And when he did this model, he said this for the best of the people. This will be the best for the best of the people, for the best of the workers, for the best of organizations. But let's see what's going on in the disadvantages here. Actually, because of the red tape, there is a excessive use of paperwork. And the point is that the people, we call it the switching in the ends and means. Switching in ends and means. By other meaning, the means became an end for its sake, just for its sake. The means the way to do the something became an end for its sake itself. As example, if you go to some, especially in the third world, our third world, if you go to some places like organizational units or governmental non-profit units, and you ask for something, then he will tell you, eh, and by the way, photocopy your ID and bring it back. Photocopy this paper. You say, this is excessive. You have it. Say, no, 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 it's not clear. Give me another one. Then you will bring the other one. Okay, we need another photocopy. So all this excessive work of paperwork and procedures are duplicated. It's not just, but when Max Weber said, he said, I want you to photocopy as example your ID because I want to keep it in your file so that if you lost your ID, I will have a copy of it. And that's enough. That's what he said. But now here, the copy itself of the ID became an end as its own self. I just want him to copy it. regardless what is beyond. What's beyond copying? It's not a matter. It doesn't matter. This is the problems of applying the model itself. The other thing shown is handling problems, rigidity in the face of shifting needs. Cause because of the rules leads to this rigidity. As example, you can say, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. The rules are telling me I'm following the rules. I cannot go beyond the box. I cannot move on. They told me you have to spend like this. This is what in my papers here and my rules. I cannot spend more. So if the tap is broken in the company and I don't have money I don't have, the rules are telling me only you spend in this and that and that. I don't have expenses for fixing the tap as example. Then I will stop. This is what we call rigidity. There is no flexibility in applying the model. Resistance to change. Well, people always having the resistance of change in everything. So, like, if I tell you something newly, if I tell you, why don't you go home from here? And you used to go from other, you say, oh man, why I don't want to go in this way now. I don't know it. I'm not familiar with it. I'm familiar with this way only. This is the way which I take every day. So this is the way which I will go in. Employee apathy, and this is another point. The model is good for some people and frustrating for some others because it's like it's not dealing with the people like with humanity. It's not dealing with the people with kind of it's still on the extension of the classical schools, which in general treat humans as kind of machines like. So this is the advantages and disadvantages of the bureaucracy model for Max Weber. So next in the list, our list today, after we finish the classical school, now we'll move on to the behavioral management or behavioral school of management. This school in general, they give more concentrate and they focus more on on the human, uh, the human being because they consider them the main important and the most important factor of production. We said before the factors of production are the land or natural resources, the equipments, capital, and human resource. So, human resource in due to the behavioral school uh, is uh, is the most important factor of production, more important than the machines, more important than the land, more important than the capital, because humans are the one who will help in generating the success of all this blend, or they are the one who will cause the failure of this blend. They will make a good company or they will make a bad company. That's why the behavioral school focus on the humans more. What we'll see in the human resource management that they said they did the Hawthorne studies, and you can see a video about the Hawthorne studies. It's about some ladies. It's done by Elton Mayo and his group. Elton Mayo was a professor and his group, and they made a research on one of the factories of the telephone. The factories to assembling the telephones, and he divided them in two groups. One group was in isolation, and the other group was the test group. And he asked them some questions. First question is, give me your opinions about things. Some of them said, I want to sit down here in this place. I don't want to sit down here. Then I said, okay, we'll let you sit down whenever you want. Second, I prefer that the lights and these lights should be more because when the light is more, I will produce more. Okay, you will have what you want. Third one said, I need, instead of taking half an hour as example, I need two breaks. Each break is 15 minutes as example. Let's say. Then he said, to care about the break time? Yeah, okay. You have what you want. Others say, this supervisor is just, I don't like him so much. Could you please change the supervisor for me? Because the supervisor, whenever I ask him something, he neglect me, or whenever I ask him about a better way to do the job, he just like ignoring me. So could you please change him with another one who can listen to the people and hear what they want and these things? So this school basically is concerning with the human needs and giving the human more concern than the classical school did. Okay, so what happened is that Elton Mayo told them he will put the lights, increase the light. He was checking. It's like the classical people said, when you care about the materialistic conditions of work, like lighting, ventilation, this and that, productivity will increase. That's true. Because that's what the classical people said. They said when you care about illumination, ventilation, this and that, incentives and incentives, money incentives only, all this the classical said, then productivity will increase. He was just asking if that the classical was right in this point. They were right. Okay. So what happened that he let the people share him the ideas, the girls who are assembling the phones. He let them do whatever they want. He ever changed for them the supervisor. Okay. He let them sit wherever they want to sit. He allowed them to say their own opinions. Then he told them, hey guys, I will raise the light level. But actually what he did, he didn't increase the light level. What he did is decrease the light level. Though he decreased it, the productivity curve was increasing. Oh my God. That means there is a problem in what the classical people said. This is on contradict, opposed, the opposite of what the classical said. The classical said when you increase the lights, the illumination and ventilation and so on, the productivity of the worker will increase. But what is the reason here? Why, though he decrease the light's level and the illumination, though he decreased them, but the productivity so far rapidly increased. What happened here? What happened because of sharing the workers the ideas, sharing the feelings, let them express their emotions. They want the supervisor, they don't want the supervisor, they want to sit here, they want to say something about production. Sharing the ideas make them produce more, even the level of lighting decrease. So what he said, what the behavioral management said, they said we should give more concern to human being working. We look to them as humans, not as machines. Exactly the opposite of what said in the classical school. They care about the worker as they care about the work. They should. This is the behavioral school. Caring about the worker more than caring about the work or as equal as to the work. The third point is sharing the ideas, participating in decision making. All these points all together leads to increasing their productivity, though the illumination and lighting and all around them was decreasing. So he said there are another factors in addition to what the classical people said that increase the productivity, like sharing in decision making, like incentives, which is not only money, rewarding them. even clapping for them. That's good idea. When you tell your employee, when you are as a manager, and tell your employee, yes, you did a good work here. Good job, thank you. He will feel very happy and he will be able to produce more and trying to make himself devoted more to work, and he will love work more and more, and he will show more reality. This is what is the behavioral management school work on. This is about the Hawthorne, but only we don't have only Elton Mayo and the Hawthorne studies. We have also Maslow's theory, and we have Chris Argyris and McGregor's, Douglas McGregor's and Argyris theories. Let's go to them one by one. So this is a sketch or a draw or a graph that show us the schools of management in front of you here. The behavioral school, we have Mary Parker Follett. She stressed on the communication between people as a reason for success. X and Y theory, we will talk about it for Douglas McGregor. We will divide the people into X model and Y model. Chris Argyris will talk about the personality and the organization. Elton Mayo and his colleague, they did the Hawthorne studies, which I told you about assembling, the telephone assembling, which I just tell you about it. And Abraham Maslow's The Theory of Human Needs. Now we will handle every one of them apart. Then we will comment on this school, how far this school into the addition to the schools of management. So, what about Mary Parker Follett? What did she do? We're still talking about the human behavior school. Groups and human cooperation. Groups are mechanisms through which individuals can combine their talents for a greater good. So when people work in groups, it's better for them than they work individuals or apart. Organization are cooperating with communities of managers and workers because the managers are workers are all one community, so they have to cooperate. That's what she mean. Mary Parker for it. Manager's job is to help people in the organization cooperate to achieve integration of interests. So it's a part of the management job. And this is the same thing. Now, like we know now the core idea of her insights. So, because when the people cooperate, they will be very good in problem solving. They will be good in raising high profits to the organization as well. How thorough study, I talk about it already, and that there are the psychological factors. Initial study examined how economic incentives and physical conditions, we call this the materialistic or the physical conditions, like lighting, ventilating, all this, affected workers' outputs. And because the classical said like this before, like I said, mentioned before. So no consistent relationship found. That means that there must be a relationship between the productivity and between those workers sharing the ideas, giving them non-financial incentives and motives as rewarding them, giving them certificates, appraising what the work they did. This all increase the productivity. Psychological factors influence the results. So here we will say it's not only the physical conditions, but there are psychological factors that affect increasing. That's why we care about the human now, as he is the human. I mean, is the most important factor of production in any system in the world. This is still we are in the Hawthorne, which I mentioned. Now we go to Maslow's theory. Actually, Abraham Maslow said that human needs can be divided into five categories. We have five categories of human needs. The first one is the physiological needs, or we call it the survival needs. Survival needs are like, as example, as you can say, as food, shelter, clothing, drinks, getting married or sex, all those we call it physiological or survival needs. Without the existence of these needs for humans, they will distinct exactly like the dinosaurs. They will not be on the planet. They will never be anymore on the planet. So those things are very important and for survival of the humankind. We call it physiological needs, the physiological needs. So the second thing is the safety needs. And actually, safety does not mean police and security and like what you know, but safety here means that you are feeling safe for your future in a broader meaning. It means that you are feeling safe for your future. As example, if you have two jobs, one job, now you have to choose one of them. The first job is with 5,000 Canadian dollars. It's only for 1 month. Second job is $1,000 Canadian, but for eternity, for the whole life. Which one you will choose? Don't tell me you will choose the $5,000 and hit and run. No, you will choose the second one with the $1,000 and for eternity or long life. As you are leaving, you will take this salary till you get pension or whatever. This is the safety. The safety is when you go home, you know this road. You went from this road many times, but you don't know this road. So I will go from where what I knew is better than what I don't know. This is the safety. Social needs is we call it the social needs, the needs of belonging, the needs of belonging. We are all social characters, or yeah. So we don't live in isolation. We don't like the isolation. People for people, and social means that we always tend to make relationships. What is the relationship? Social relations like brotherhood, my brother and my sister, my father, my mother. This is a part of the social system. Then my friends, my family, my extended family. Then after this, my out society. All those we call social needs, the needs of belonging, the love, your wife, your girlfriend. All this is social needs. Then comes after this steam. Steam means how you want to see the people. You how the, what is the like? Let the people be your mirror. How the would you like the people to see you? Respectful guy, a person achieving his own tasks, respectfully yourself, this and that, in good grooming and this and that. So this is steam. And the last thing is self-actualization needs. What you are running for in your life, your aims and your tasks. This is self-actualization. You cannot imagine every day you can wake up from your bed. You don't have a plan for the day, or you don't know what you will do, or you don't know what you won't do. So this is the self-actualization needs. Here we go, maybe in this pyramid, and some sketches put it in a pyramid, and this also we can say it looks like a pyramid because this is the base and this is uh, the upper level. So let's see from the bottom here. He said, Maslow's actually said that you cannot move from a level to the second level unless you should satisfy the lower level first. So you cannot move from this level into the next level unless you satisfy this level first. So we have the psychological needs. Most basic of all human needs the biological maintenance. This is what we said survival needs. You cannot live without eating, without drinking, without marrying, without having your girlfriend, you cannot live without shelter, without clothes. Okay. Safety needs, second one, need for security protection. Social needs of love and belonging. Esteem needs for esteem in the eyes of the others. Like I told you, check the mirror. Let the others be your mirror. Okay. Need for respect, prestige, recognition, all this esteem. And the fifth part is the self-actualization needs, which is highest level need for self-fulfillment. What do you do to grow and use abilities to fullest and most creative extent? You're trying, struggling with life to be, hmm, to reach to the top, like what we say. So those are Maslow's theory. But the problem in there was a transmission for Maslow's theory. Let me tell you something. Maslow said that you cannot move from a level to the next level until you satisfy first the lower level. And this is no. Some people are eating and drinking and they are moving also, they are closing the door on themselves, choosing good jobs, and at the same time they are loving, they go to visit their family, so they are doing all together. And they are looking for the prestige in the people, so you are doing all of them. But Maslow's actually said that you cannot move from a level to the next level unless until you satisfy the lower level first. Means I cannot go for the safety needs when I am hungry, when I'm hungry or when I'm thirsty. I cannot go to the safety needs, but people are doing all this together. And he said, based on the importance, some needs for some people, but not this is an exception. I'm talking about the exceptions. Some needs for the people are higher than some people. Sometimes when you go to the exam and you don't do good solution on your answer sheet, you don't feel hungry. So sometimes when someone like attack you or something, you feel you don't want to eat, you don't want to drink, you feel like vomiting, like even throwing up. So it doesn't go like this for all the people. The model does not go like this for all the people. But for the majority, yes, maybe. But you can move in between all the levels on the same time. Not like Maslow said, you cannot move from a level to a level until you satisfy the lower level first. No, you can move on them. This was the only point of critic that was directed to Maslow's theory, that people can move in between the five needs. Then we come to McGregor's theory. McGregor's theory, X and Y theory. What's in X and Y? What we talk about X and Y theory, what we'll say about it. We have Douglas McGregor said, I can put the people in two categories. I will call the first category X and I will call the second category Y. And he said that the, based on the characters of the people, I will divide them into two on the opposed or on the contradictory. They are totally contradicted. They are opposed to each other. If A like this, B is the opposite. Let's see, what did he say? He said that the model X of the people dislikes work. Dislikes work. He don't like to work. He lack ambition. He don't want to. He said, "Oh, if he got $2, he will go and sleep." He would say, "As long as I got the foods, as long as the food in the table, that's fine. I'm good. I don't want anything else." Irresponsible. Those kind of people are responsible as well. Restrict change. This is another point. And prefer to be led. Led means directed by someone. They are dominated. They are they like to be dominated. They like to be directed by someone. Someone direct them, but they cannot do the work from their own selves by themselves. No, they need always someone to direct them to do the work or to the right path. But then the people told him, "Come on, are all the people like this, Douglas? All the people like this? All the people are so bad to this limit? They don't carry responsibility. They don't want to do jobs. They don't. Is all the people like this?" Then he said, "No, no, 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 no. Then get angry. We have also another kind of people, which is Y theory." What did he say about Y theory? He said that the people are the opposite of X, entirely the opposite. He moved to the other side. What did he say then? People, here he said dislike work, but here he said that the people are willing to work, capable of self control, but here he said lack ambitious, willing to accept responsibility. Here he said they are escaping out of the responsibility. imaginative and creative here, the people, but here no. Here no, they want to be the same, they don't want to change, they want to be always the same they are. But here, no, 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 no. They are trying always to imagine and to do something new. And okay, here the people in X, people prefer to be led, but in Y, uh, they don't need any direction. Leave me, I will do the job. You don't care about me, I will do the. I know my job. I know what to do. So leave me, I will do it. So this is on Y theory. Of course, people like in between, and there's he didn't say there is a gray area. He said only there is a white or black areas, but there is no gray in between them. Then we come to Argyris, Chris Argyris theory of adult personality, and we will talk about Argyris. Traditional management principles and practice inhibit workers' maturation and are inconsistent with the mature adult personality. Management practices should accommodate the mature personality by increasing task responsibility. Actually, it is extension to the part of Y theory of Douglas McGregor, or increasing task variety, or using participative decision making as well. So those are the points which I want you to take care about when you talk about Chris Argyris, when you talk about Douglas McGregor on their models. Now, things, especially after World War II, has been changing and has been changed a lot. And we will find today, in our world today, things are different than what happened before. After World War II came the quantitative management school and came the new scientists who add every day to the management. But one thing I want to tell you, my dear students, one thing I just want to tell you here is that whoever comes build upon the ancestors or who preceded him. By other meaning, the new classical build on what the classical said. They respected what the classical said. They did not say they are wrong, but they say, in addition to what they say, to what they said, or what they comment or recommended, I will add these points. Blah blah blah. Every scientific school in management comes, they do not erase or delete or abolish or discard what the X schools denoted or said about or clarified. They add to it. They add to it. So every school will add to the preceding school of the management. So yeah. So let's say talk about the modern management foundations and look at what they are and how they help the management development of the management. Let's see the quantitative analysis and tools. It's digits, like any digits, like the digital world which we are living today, that when we make our decision not based on subjective but on quantitative, it will be more rational decision using math, using operation research, using all kind of quantitative approaches into help in decision making. Okay, especially in social sciences like the management, that will be fine. So system views of organizations, contingency thinking. Contingency is based on the situation itself. You cannot say always that you will do this in this time or when you face this situation. Look at the situation itself and it will tell you when I will work X, when I will work Y. Okay. As example, let me give you an example. If the democratic leader, a leader in a company or organization, and he is very democratic, he will never take any decision unless he go to the followers, unless he go to the employees and tell them, come, let's make a decision and see the votes. Okay, this is very democratic leader. But think about if there was a fire in the building, will he go and say, no, 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 I won't take any decision until I get the people and we will vote for calling the fire department or no? Will you do that? No, he will be very autocratic in that leader, and he will give orders and say, quickly move here, 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 quickly move, and he will work in fast orders. So based on the condition and the circumstances, and that's what this theory is talking about. Commitment to quality learning organizations, evidence-based management. So, like here, the quantitative analysis and tools, uh, like what we when in which field we can apply the quantitative analysis in mathematical forecasting when we're forecasting about the manpower in the future, when forecasting the production volume, so we can use it. Network models as well. This is called Gantt chart. It show me what are the common areas. As example here, uh, architects, it will take from week 3 to week 9 as example. Foundations will come from week 6 to the half of week 7. But both of them, the architect and the foundation and the building frame, will be on the job from the week 6 to week 9. Those three things, those three departments will be in process. As example, between week 12 and week 18, or months 12 and months 18, because time and months, between months 12 and months 18, we will have two only process. Building the frame that will be ended in, as example, on months 14, but building fixtures will complete till months 18, then it will complete to months 24. So we're expecting from 18 to 24 to have building fixture only, while we expect on on the architect will be till month 9. So we can know from here how many process of those phases are commonly sharing in one period of time. Like here, the second period from 6 to 9 months, we have architect is going on, we have foundation is going on, and we have building frame also is going on. Three operations on the period from month number 6 to month number 9. So it shows the stages of production. This is again chart. Quantitative, it will help me to use the math in inventory control, in Q theory, the waiting line and waiting list, in linear programming. And I have also a videos in the linear programming, because please go to see it if you wish to see. Uh, we talk about the system and the subsystems and open system before when we talk about the open system organization. And we said that organization is a process. Like here we said the inputs, then this is the process, then this is the outputs. Inputs, the supplier bring for us the inputs, and the outputs we direct it to the customers or the consumers. And here is all the process. So the organization is working in a network, a big network now. It's very hard than it was before. Accounting, information technology, operations, purchasing, marketing, all those are working together so that it will process the inputs into outputs. Like I told you, the contingency thinking, no one best way. This is what I want you to focus on. No one best way to do the thing. No one best way to manage. Never. Always based on the situation, based on the condition which you have. You are acting based on what you have, on the condition or the circumstances which you have. Right? What is the total quality management or TQM? Total quality management, it tell me that you only don't focus on the quality in one part of the phases of production, but you have to focus on the quality in everything, in all the stages. Okay. It is comprehensive approach to continuous quality improvement for total organization. Create context of the value chain. So every step you will care, even after you deliver the goods or services to your customer, you have to care about the quality. You have to still check, like as example, after sales maintenance, you still, and then you will survey the consumer and ask him, you will direct a survey to him and ask him, are you satisfied with my products? What are the things you think it's missed in my product? How can I improve my service to you? Do you have any suggestions? So the total quality management is ongoing process. It never stop. The ISO is a certification that you are applying the total quality management standards. We have two kinds of ISO. We have ISO 9001 and 914001. 9001 is for the quality of the product. 14001 is for the environment. So just remember those two. So refine and upgrades to the ISO standards. Continuous improvement, like we said, the quality management means importance and continuous improvements in the products. Knowledge management is what? Knowledge management is the process of using information technology to achieve the success. No one can deny the role of the technology nowadays, and it's increasing rule. It's increasing actually. Learning organizations, mental models, personal mastery, system thinking, shared visions, team learning. So this is what we have to take off care of today. The evidence-based management, organization that consistently achieve excellence while creating a high quality of work environment, involves making decisions based on the facts, hard facts about what really works. So today we talk about this is the last point, the evidence-based positive human resource management practices. What you have to do for your humans, you have your human resource, you have to make them secured, you have to be very selective in hiring, and good people only you will have in your company or your organization. You will work in a team which will be self-managing. Team means you are not ordering or directing them. You tell them the objective and how to reach it, and they will do it. High pay based on merits, just the good people, the very, very good people, the hard people working, they should be distinct, and they should be uh, rewarded more than others who are not working. Training and development is a continuous process, reduce status distinctions as well, shared information. So uh, it's very important to share the information, because between you and the management, between you and the lower levels of management, sharing information is very important between the top management and the lower levels of management, because without this operation, you won't make a good decision, because the good decision is based on good information. If I have a good information or I have a good data, I can make a good decision, because decision is based on the information. And the information will never be in the right time, a right place, and correct, unless it was shared, or until it is shared between all the managerial levels. The flow of information should be very high between all the managerial levels, because this will help in the improving the decision making. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if you like it. Thank you so much and see you in the next videos. This is Dr. Osama Kashwa. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye bye.